You know that feeling in math class when everything makes sense and then suddenly the teacher introduces radians and you're sitting there thinking, why? We already have degrees. Everyone knows a circle is 360 degrees. Why do we need to complicate my life with fractions and pi? It feels like math teachers just want to torture you, right? But here's the secret they rarely tell you. Degrees, they are actually kind of made up. They are a human invention. Radians on the other hand are the native language of the universe. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why degrees are fake, why radians are the key to unlocking advanced mathematics, and I promise by the end of this video, you will never look at a circle the same way again. So let's begin. But first, we have to roast degrees for a second. Why is a circle 360 degrees? Why not 100? Why not 1000? Well, you can blame the ancient Babylonians. About 4000 years ago, they noticed the sun moved a specific amount against the backdrop of stars every day. Since their year was roughly 360 days long, they decided a circle, the path of the sun, should be split into 360 parts. So a degree isn't a fundamental truth of math. It's just a calendar. It's a human construct. It's arbitrary. If we lived on Mars, where a year is about 687 days, a Martian degree might be 1 by 687 of a circle. It changes depending on where you are standing. And while 360 is a great number for carpentry or basic geometry because you can divide it by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 and 12 without getting decimals, it's terrible for real mathematics. So if degrees are made up, what is real? Enters the radian. I want you to imagine you have a circle. Take the radius, the distance from center to the edge, and imagine it's a piece of string. Now take that radius string and lay it along the outside curve of the circle. The angle that is created by that arc where the length of the curve is equal to the length of the radius is 1 radian. See the difference? We didn't pick a random number like 360. We used the circle's own autonomy to define the angle. A radian is the relationship between the radius and the arc. It is pure geometry. Now here is where it gets cool, because we know the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, 2 times pi times the radius. We can easily figure out how many radius strings fit around the whole circle. It's exactly 2 pi. That's roughly 6.28 radians in a full circle. This is why physicists and mathematicians ignore degrees. If you try to do calculus like finding the slope of a sine wave using degrees, you have to add in this messy conversion factor of 180 by pi every single time. It's a nightmare. But if you use radians, the math becomes elegant. The derivative of sin x is just cos x. Clean, simple, natural. Using radians is like measuring a room in meters or feet. Using degrees is like measuring a room in cheeseburgers. Sure, you can do it, but it's definitely not the standard unit. Okay, so the concept makes sense, but how do you actually use them without your brain hurting? Here's the cheat code. Don't memorize the whole unit circle yet. Just memorize this. Pi is equal to 180 degree. Pi radians is just a half circle. So if you see 2 pi, that's 2 half circles, a full 360 degree circle. If you see pi by 2, that's half of a half circle, a right angle, 90 degrees. Once you start seeing pi has just a half turn, the scary fraction disappears and you start seeing the geometry. So the next time you see a pi in your angle, don't panic. It's just the universe reminding you that math isn't about memorizing random numbers like 360. It's about relationships. Degrees are for humans, radians are for the math itself. If this video finally make that click for you, hit that like button so the algorithm knows this is helpful, and subscribe for more math that actually makes sense. Thanks for watching.